number 15. So so look for video 15 and you'll be able to watch the video again. You can also enable live captioning at the bottom of the screen. So hopefully that will help you follow the webinar today. Now, I know I have, let me see, I have enabled it, but it doesn't seem to be showing up on my end. So let me captioning. Show captions. Okay, so here we go. Let me put it here, and so you'll be able to follow. So first of all, let me give you an overview of what to expect in this webinar. We'll start off with a land acknowledgement, and then we'll do an interactivity. Follow the interactivity, I'll explain one of the key concepts, which is what is centralized versus localized math support. The majority of this webinar will be actually a live demonstration walking you through all the different sites. So we will go over the math and computer science support. We're going to look at 2 localized support, one for TRSM and one for engineering student. There will be a Q&A session at the end, followed by some information on how to get in touch with us. And then I will share a survey with everyone at the end through the Zoom chat. So let's start off with the land acknowledgement. Toronto is in the dish with one spoon territory. The dish with one spoon is a treaty between the Anishinaabe, Mississaugas, and the Haudenosaunee that bound them to share the territory and protect the land. Subsequent Indigenous nations and peoples, Europeans, and all newcomers have been invited into this treaty in a spirit of peace, friendship, and respect. As settlers here in Canada, some by choice and others not, it is important that we recognize and remember that this land, its resources, and its history were stolen from its Indigenous peoples. It is important for us to acknowledge that our opportunity to come here today and to share space with one another is as a result of a long legacy of colonialism. Colonialism which continues to impact the lives of many Indigenous peoples and communities across Canada today. Colonialism that we as settlers continue to benefit from, and land acknowledgements can be uncomfortable and unsettling as they encourage us to reflect and be critical of our Canadian history. But land acknowledgements alone are merely an invitation to acknowledge ourselves in relation to this history, an invitation to acknowledge how we perpetuate this history, and an invitation to acknowledge how we can contribute to a changing history. And so with this land acknowledgement, I encourage and remind myself and everyone here today to reflect and honor the truth and past of the land on which we sit, lean into the discomforts that arise when we do, and work actively with this discomfort to seek new learnings and unlearnings about the land that we collectively call home. So just in case if you're just joining us, we're going to go back to the Mentimeter, and I'm interested to know which faculty you belong to. So please go to a new browser on the phone, or you can also use the Q&A section of the Zoom, and you can enter it there as well. And either Shaolin or Millie can let me know. So basically, I would like to know which faculty you belong to. There are 5 people who haven't joined yet. Okay. And for those who have joined, thank you. So we have more TRSM students. We have a lot of Faculty of Science students today, and we have also students from Faculty of Community Services, which is great. Okay. I am going to advance to the next one. And, oops, sorry, there's another addition. Let me see. Okay. So another one I'm interested in is, can you let me know which program you're in? You can actually type it in and it will come up. Okay, we have students from computer science, biology, business technology management, collaborative nursing. Okay, we have a lot of biology and computer science student today. That's great. Okay, this is going to be very helpful when I walk you through the different services. Okay, math and its application, great. Okay, this is amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. Economics. Oh, excellent. So happy to have economics students with me today. Business technology management, great. Okay, excellent. This is a very good start for me. So we'll keep the Mentimeter in the background because we're going to come back to Mentimeter for the Q&A section. This is where students are going to pose all the questions, everyone get to see it, and then I'll answer them live. So basically, there are 2 types of math and computer services available to students. The Math and Computer Science Hub is what we call a centralized service. We offer both in-person and online tutoring to all TMU students. Okay? So we even service graduate students. Tutors in math support are graduate tutors, and most of them are TMU Chang School. Chang School is the continuing education section of TMU. So most are TMU, Chang School, U of T, or Humber College professors who are my staff, and they're absolutely amazing. We offer help in pure math, engineering math, statistics, computer science, and of course, financial math as well, such as QMS 110. If you're going into QMS 110 or QMS 107, if you're from TRSM, and we also provide help in computer science. In terms of the programs that we offer one-to-one math and computer science tutoring. We also offer midterm and exam help for TRSM. If engineering is wondering how come you guys are not supporting us, it's not that we don't. It's just that because engineering has their own midterm and exam support for students, which I'm going to go over that shortly in the live demonstration. But in terms of what I do, we also provide summer transition programs for incoming first-year student. So if you have, if you're joining me today, most likely you have already joined the Summer Jumpstart program, and you know that the Math Ready programs, those are what we call the Summer Transition Program for incoming students. Now let's take a look at two localized support. So there is program advising and student success. If you take the first letter of each of these words, it's actually called PASS. So that is a localized program for TRSM students. And for engineering, they have the Engineering ACES, and that is the localized program for engineering students. So if you are from Faculty of Arts or from nursing, you'll be using our centralized service because they don't have a localized service. Only engineering and TRSM has localized services for their students. Now, tutors in the localized services are all peer tutors in their second, third, or fourth year who have been very successful in their courses, and they are coming back, as tutors. Now, TRSM offers help with many first-year math-related courses such as accounting, marketing, finance 300. Tutoring in these courses are not available in the centralized level because they are considered as specialized professional courses. So those are handled by TRSM. However, anything outside of this, for example, your first year math courses for TRSM students, so QMS 110, QMS 210, QMS 102, 130, QMS 107, all those centralized service will be able to help you as well. For engineering, engineering offers help with courses such as MTH 140, MTH 240, Calc 1, and Calc 2, and there are group and one-on-one tutoring also available in the localized support. So I will show you where you can find them later. First year engineering office also offer midterm and exam review through their study hall program. So now let's actually go to the live demonstration section. And we're going to start off with our centralized service, which is the math and computer science support through the Math Hub. If you go into, if you type torontomu.ca/SLS, then you're going to come to the learning support, student learning support website. The most important document is the math tutor schedule under quick links. So if you look at quick links, the third item below, that's the math tutor schedule. Everything you really need to know is in the tutoring schedule. The very first page, you're going to see some hyperlinks. The first one is if at any point in time you have any questions for us, you can fill out the math support inquiry form, and my staff will be monitoring this every single day and answer your questions within 24 hours, Monday to Friday. The second link is a video showing you step-by-step how to book or cancel a math or computer science tutoring, although I'm also going to do a live demonstration on this for you as well. Another very important thing is always take a look at the math support significant dates for hours of operation, especially in the fall term, because we have reading week, and during reading week, we have reduced hours. As well, near the very end, because we support students throughout the whole fall term, including during exam period. So, however, depending on the exam schedule, the hours of support might change. So whenever you have in doubt about our hours of operation, simply go and check out the math support significant date. You'll see a graphics. This is just a very general overview of math support and computer science support. So some of the key things to check out. What you're seeing right now is still the summer schedule. So summer is is a reduced schedule. So right now, if you happen to be going through the Math Ready modules that we put together, and if you need some help with math support, online, we have online tutoring available 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Monday and Wednesday. And if you are perhaps getting a head start and start taking a look at computer science concepts and you run into some issues, you can also meet with one of the computer science tutors, and they are Monday and Wednesday, 2 to 4 or 12 to 4 p.m. During the fall term, our help is very extensive. You have math tutoring from 9 a.m. in the morning until 9 p.m. at night. And for computer science tutoring, there are basically 12 hours of computer science tutoring. I don't know the exact schedule yet because I'm still waiting for the tutors to come back to give me their availability. But there will be 12 hours of computer science support available for students. If you scroll down, then you're going to see some of the table of content. Here are just hyperlinks so that it makes it easy for students to just click on the link and jump to the page that is of interest to them. So in this case, we have the math tutoring schedule. We have a computer science tutoring schedule. For students who are not quite sure who are the tutors to see, there are a couple of ways to search for a tutor. One is find a tutor by subject specialty, and the other one is find a tutor by course code. And again, there's a hyperlink on the significant dates as well. Now let's take a look at start off with the math tutor schedule. In the math tutor schedule, you always see the day, the time, who are the tutor, and you will see the area of expertise. And we'll also put in sort of the more generalized, subject specialty. All the tutors in the Math Hub, they can do Calc 1, Calc 2, linear algebra with their eyes closed. Okay. After that, then they have their subspecialty. Right. So if you're first year, it doesn't matter. Probably all my staff will be able to help you. However, when you come to the upper years, then make sure you check out their area of expertise to make sure that you're booking the right tutor to help you. Similarly with computer science tutors, again, make sure that you look at their area of expertise before you make a booking. If you're not quite sure which tutor will be able to help you, we have a page called Find a Tutor by Subject Specialty, and it is divided by engineering math, probability and statistics, financial math, pure math, and computer science. So pure math will be if you are, let's say, in math and its application, and later on you'll be taking courses where you have to do a lot of mathematical proof, then you should be looking at the pure math tutor. For nursing, most likely you'll be doing statistics courses, and the best person will be Hamid and Jim. Both of them are my best statistics tutor, but Amir, Mir, and Jeff, they will also be a very good help. Perhaps the easiest way to find the right course tutor for you will be to look it up based on your course ID. So for example, if you're a business technology management and you'll be taking ITM 107, then you just have to look at, go to ITM 107, and you'll be able to see a list of all the tutors who will be able to help with that subject. You can see that ITM 107 is hyperlinked. If you click into that, it actually gives you a cheat sheet and give you the step-by-step how to book with a tutor. So that's very helpful. And as I said, so also there are course code for computer science as well, a lot of ITM courses, as well as QMS, and of course, math courses as well. So you can take a look at the list to find the course that you'll be taking. And as I said, here is the significant dates. It will tell you when we start tutoring, what are the hours of operation. So when in doubt, always come and check out this page. Now let's then go back to the learning support, and to book a tutoring session, then you'd be clicking on the booking tool. So when you click on the booking tool, then you're going to jump to this page where you have to authenticate to make sure you're a TMU student. You can enter your username, or you can enter your student ID number. Now, a lot of you haven't really set up your TMU email yet, so that means you don't really have a username at the moment. However, you do have a student ID. So simply key in your student ID and put in the password that you have created when you are when you apply to TMU. Use the same password and then click login. Then you're going to come to this page, and then you'll be clicking math support. Okay. Of course, if you want support in writing and language, or study skills and transition support, it is in the same, same booking tool. So let's click into math support. Oops. Actually, you know what? Got into the wrong thing. Let me actually click in booking tool through here. Sorry, I actually accidentally log into the admin site, so that will not be very helpful to you. All right, so let's click on the booking tool. And again, it will ask you to authenticate. Then you'll be able to see the option writing and language support, study skills and transition support, and math support. So click into math support, and then you're going to see actually two options. And the two main options for you will be hybrid tutoring and online tutoring. Okay, so what is the difference? So online tutoring is offered in the fall term, in the morning, 9 to 12, and in the evening, 6 to 9. From between 12 to 5 p.m. is what we call hybrid tutoring. So the tutor will actually be sitting in the Math Hub in SLC 449. So SLC is the Student Learning Center. So students will choose hybrid tutoring for those hours, and student can choose to either meet with the tutor in person or to meet with this tutor online. Okay, so there's a choice. That's why we call that hybrid tutoring. Now, I'm going to actually go into, I actually have to go into online tutoring because right now we have no hybrid tutoring in the summer term, so I won't be able to really do a demo. So let's suppose I'm going to click onto online tutoring. So the first thing to do is knowing who is the tutor that you want. So for example, I want to, right now, only Jim and Hamid is working. So let's say I'm going to click on Hamid. And then if you scroll down, then you'll see all of Hamid's available time slot. So let's say I'm going to book August 2nd, Wednesday at 9 a.m. Okay, then you're going to jump into the page. Here, it will only give you the option for online. However, as I said, for hybrid, You get to choose whether you want to see the tutor online or in person. You can choose the length of your tutoring session, so either 15-minute or 30-minute appointment. It will say the start time and the end time. What you need to do is to tell us the course code that you need help with. So if you click on here, it will have all the different courses that this tutor can tutor. And so simply click into the right course code. If you cannot find the course code here, especially for example, like a nursing student, don't worry about it. If you need statistics help, you can also enter your course code under please specify if other. Now, because the tutoring session is pretty short, right? 15 to 30 minutes. So you want to maximize that. So we have an area for you to explain to the tutor what you want to go over with the student. The best thing to do is open up a Google Doc and take a screenshot of the question that you want to go over with the tutor, attach it to the Google Doc, and make sure that you share the Google Doc with anyone can view. And then you can actually attach the link here, and so the tutor will be able to access that. Or else, if you can type the question, you can also type it in the explain section. If it is something general, then you can also write, let the student, the tutor know that I would like to go over partial differentiation. Okay, for example. So that will give the tutor a sense of what help you need from them. And then you simply click confirm and book. After you hit confirm and book, then you will receive an email, and at the same time you will have a notification on your calendar, a Google Calendar. So make sure you use Google Calendar. Then you'll be able to have the online link, the Zoom link for meeting with your tutor. Okay, every tutor has their unique link. If you want to know how to cancel an appointment, make sure you go back to the math tutor schedule and watch this video, because the video will lead you through step by step, okay, how to cancel the appointment as well. Before I move into the before I move into the localized services, I want to go back to my slide here and give you a few tips. Some very essential tips for booking and canceling a tutoring session. So first of all, students are allowed 2 bookable appointments per day. So almost you can have a full hour of tutoring if you need help. And students are allowed 4 bookable appointments per week. As I said, students can choose a 15-minute or a 30-minute appointment. For fall and winter term, there are many, many time slots available. So only book when you need it. Okay. There are video tutorials available. As I've shown you, it is on the math tutor schedule. Make sure you cancel booking at least 1 hour before start time to avoid penalty. So this one is very, very important. The reason is because if you have 2 unattended sessions or 2 late cancellations, then you'll be blocked from your account and for all learning support services. So if you have pre-booked writing and language support help or study skills and transition workshop, if you're blocked for math support, all those other appointments will be wiped out. Okay, and you won't be able to book any of those services. So please be very, very careful make sure you cancel your appointment an hour before the start time. Now let me go over, actually going back. There are also a couple of really important, like really good resources for students. So the first one will be if you go to, let me go back here. Go back to the learning support site. Under quick link, you'll be able to see SLS YouTube. If you click on that, there are a couple of really good resources for TRSM students, as well as for Faculty of Science students. Then you're going to come to our YouTube page. If you scroll down, you're going to see a section called Math Videos. So there are two calculator videos, two sets of calculator videos. One is for Casio FX 9750 G2 calculator. This is the calculator that it's a graphing calculator, and it's widely used for students in QMS 210, QMS 130. So this is one calculator that a lot of students use. And so we have like, I think 13 high definition videos. These are created in collaboration with all your profs, because the prof is not going to go over how to use your graphing calculator. So we deliberately develop this, and it basically teach you, and there's a calculator emulator. You can actually see an emulator, the actual calculator in the video, and the tutor will show you how to go through, the statistical and different statistical analysis, and it will show you step by step what key to press to perform that function. Likewise, there is the video calculator videos for TIBA2. This is the financial calculator. So I think math and its application, if you have to do anything financially related, if this is the calculator that is required of you, again, your prof is not going to teach you how to use the calculator. So, in each episode, we'll again show you the keys to perform the various financial calculations. So make sure you take a look at that. If there are any Faculty of Science students, or if you are engineering science students who needs to take chemistry, under supported learning groups, there's a whole set of their 21 chemistry tutorial. So the chemistry department has identified some of the challenging concepts that students are having, and math support actually fund these tutorials to be made, and they are really, really well done. So if you need any chemistry help, this will be a good place to check it out. Going back to the main page, I want to direct you to two programs under Study Skills and Transition Support. So that is actually not under Math Support, but under Study Skills and Transition Support. But there are two programs that might be of interest to you, as they are related to math and computer studies. So the first one is the SLG. Okay, so SLG is the Supported Learning Group. SLG is offered for MTH 131, which is the first year math course for sciences. And if you happen to have to take SSH 105, which is critical thinking skills, they also offer help in that. So the fall tutor schedule, the fall schedule will be available in the second week of school. But if you click into it, let me see if they have anything running right now. Yeah, so right now there are, some SFG sessions for biology and chemistry and physics. But in the fall term, there's quite a big offering. So come and check it out and see if there are any learning groups available for your course. The second thing that is definitely of interest to you is the TMU tutor match. Let me see right here. Okay. So all the services we have gone over so far are free of charge to you. So it's already covered in your student fee. So all you need to do is to come and use the services. But if you happen to need specialized or dedicated help, like a private tutor, then TMU Tutor Match is the place for you. All the tutors go through training programs before they can be listed as a tutor. While they go through the tutor match, but they are really not a, how should I say it? So they are independent. So they are not a staff of math and computer science support, for example. So that these are, so there's a service fee for that, tutoring fee. And so students will arrange payment to the tutors directly. My advice to you is try 1 or 2 sessions first to see if they are a good match for you. If they are a good match, then you can book tutoring help for long-term purposes. But if they are not, then try another tutor. So if you go into the tutor match, then you'll be going under users. Oh, hold on, let me see. You might be seeing my my admin list, but if you go into, let's go student view. Yeah, so what you will be doing is you need to create a profile first. So the profile will mean, you log in with, so create a profile as you, and because that will trigger the program to know what are the courses you are taking in the upcoming term, and what are the courses that you'll be taking in the future. You can, well, in your second year, if you're interested, then you can apply to become a tutor on courses that you're very successful at. However, if you are looking for a tutor, then you will be, signing up for Find a Tutor. Once you get into the site, you'll be able to see a list of the courses you'll be taking. You can click on the course that you want to find a tutor, and then the computer will give you a whole list of tutors. Then you can just take a look at their tutoring philosophy, see if they are a good match for you, and then you can, it will tell you how to get in touch with them, usually by email. Some of them might be through Google Chat. And then you can connect with them. And as I said, just only book for a session or 2, because the most important thing is to make sure that, the tutor is a good match for you. So do explore the site when you get a chance. Okay, now let me switch gear and go into some localized service. So we're going to start off with TRSM. So Shaolin is going to share to put the link. So let's start off with TRSM. They have their program called, in short, PASS. So it actually stands for Program Advising and Student Success. And Shaolin have posted the link for you in the chat. When you come to this page, click on Academic Support. And here you are going to see one option for course tutoring. And also you're able to see at the bottom also a link to our centralized math tutoring as well. But for your localized service, click into course tutoring. And you will see the course-specific tutoring options. So here you will see that for general tutoring, right now they have sessions running for Accounting 100, Accounting 406, Accounting and Finance 100, Fin 300, and so forth. And then there are peer-assisted learning leader group for QMS 110, and there are such thing as academic peer helper as well. Now, underneath that, you'll be able to see the what they call past tutoring, the schedule, the time, the date, whether it's virtual or in person. If you scroll down further, you'll see a definition of what does it mean by tutoring, peer-assisted learning, and peer-led course review. So tutoring is, the group size is usually only about 7, so it's a small group tutoring. And, student can come with questions. As a matter of fact, when you registered for the tutoring, they ask you to sign up. They also ask you, sort of similar to booking math tutoring with the Math Hub, you can still sort of let them know what you would like to focus on. So that's tutoring. Now, the peer-assisted learning, the PAL study group, is the same as our supported learning groups in the centralized level. They just call it PAL study group. And PAL study group, I know, is available for QMS 110 if you happen to be in the QMS in TRSM. Not so sure if they have one for ITM 107, but this is definitely one place to check out. So that one, the maximum group size is 35. The peer-assisted leader actually will be sitting in the course. They will also be completing the course reading, for a refresher for themselves, and also to gauge what are probably some of the more challenging concepts that students will be facing. And they will, in collaboration with professors, will basically come up with questions that they will lead, group sessions for. So that is a really good, I highly recommend going to the PAL study group. The peer-led course review are guided by one of the tutors. Again, the maximum size is 35. Usually, I would say that is more for doing midterm and exam. But essentially, students come together and work on some of the more challenging questions as a group. Okay, so if you're not quite sure the definitions, read through this. That would be very, very helpful for you. For TRSM, you guys actually have a lot of really amazing resources. I'm going to come back to the top. There's also one tab called Learning Resources. And by the way, if you happen to be in another faculty and you see something you like in TRSM, you can also always go and use their learning resources. You won't be able to go and sign up to be, in the PAL session because, the concept will not be applicable to you. But definitely under the learning resources page, there are lots of really, really good, interesting things. The one thing I would highly recommend, because we're talking about math specifically or computer science, if you go to the course-specific tip sheets, this is probably one of the most widely utilized site for students. and they have tip sheets for accounting, economics, finance, statistics. So for example, if I click into statistics, you'll be able to download tip sheets for example, how do you do simple and compound interest? What are some of the things that you need to know about hypothesis testing, linear regression, simple and linear multiple regression. So if you happen to be in a nursing program and you have to take a statistics course, these will apply to you as well. Okay, so all these, any other faculties are free to use these, download these tip sheets. Now let's quickly go over engineering though, and also computer science. So for engineering, if you go into the first year engineering office, then you have also a tab called academic support. So if you click on that, this one is a little bit more complicated. So once you get into academic support, look for a tab called academic essentials. On this page, then you have to go under learning support. So you just tap on the plus sign. So here, this is where you're going to see engineering ACEs, study halls, and again, they have linked the centralized math tutoring services as well for students if they need our help. So if you remember, I talked about SLG sessions in our centralized services. Well, engineering ACEs is the equivalent, and this is just for engineering student. So if you click into engineering ACEs, you can check this out, and because right now I don't think they have a lot of, let me see what they have. So now they have tutoring for electrical engineering 202. They have PCS 125, which is physics, and they also have math 240. Okay, so these are again, a group of students working problems together and problem solve together. As well, there is study hall. So study hall is actually, I'm going to go back. Study hall is equivalent to your midterm and exam review. Those will all be housed in what they call study hall. So definitely check this out closer to your midterm and exam. So then this basically conclude all the demonstration of our centralized and your localized services. And before I go into the Q&A session, Shaolin is going to post the survey, the webinar survey today in the chat. Just want to let you know that this survey is totally anonymous. And after you complete the survey, you will receive a confirmation message. And in the confirmation message, you will find a separate Google form if you're interested to put your name for a part of the event draw. So the prizes is either a $20 one-card top-up. I think there are like hundreds of prizes in that. And also there are 5 $100 one-card top-up. If you're not sure what is one card, the one card is your student ID, which you will get in August. That card will allow you to, check out resources, books, computers through the library. You can also load up money in your one card for the TMU eatery. So this is where you can buy food on campus, you can buy stuff in the bookstore, and also for printing, throughout the campus, you'll be using your one card. So we thought that the best thing to do is load money in your one card so you can choose however you want to use it. So make sure that you answer this survey, and then also fill out the secondary survey, which is called the Event Draw Google form. Now I'm going to come back to a Mentimeter, and I'm going to go to the last section. If you have any questions, feel free to enter it here, or else you can also put it in the Q&A. I can see that there are a couple Q&A questions, so let me start off with that while giving everyone some time to post their questions, and I will answer them live. So the first question I have is Casio FX9750G2 graphing calculator used throughout the business management or business technology management? The answer is yes for business management. I'm not so sure about business technology management. The one thing I would advise that you do is hold off buying the calculator until you attend your first class, because in your first class you'll be getting your course outline, and it will detail what calculators they are allowed. I know in previous years it will also say in the course outline, if you happen to have a Texas Instrument TI-84, for example, from high school, you can also use that instead of the Casio calculator, right? So it really depends on whether you already have a graphing calculator for statistical analysis. So please, as I said, hold off until you check out the course outline, because the graphing calculators are usually quite expensive. I think they're about $125. So if you don't have to spend that money, then why spend that money, right? Okay, so the second question I have is Surface Pro laptop a good choice for business technology? Well, to be honest, I think Surface Pro is definitely, if that's the laptop that you already have, that is a very good one to use. I don't think they're really a good choice or a bad choice. I think any laptop will be fine, whether it's a Mac or whether it's a PC. Yeah. Surface Pro is definitely good. And also because it's a lot smaller and lighter, I think it's easier to transport, to and from school and home. So I think that's a good choice too. Do we have any other questions you might be interested in? I also have two student staff with me, although they are in, both of them are in engineering. However, they can also give you a perspective as a student. So if there's anything that you are interested to know, feel free to go to your Mentimeter and write your questions, or you can use the Q&A as well. Okay, so I have one question. Is bringing a laptop to university mandatory? It's not mandatory, but I know a lot of students, because a lot of students are commuter students, they live quite far away. So they usually, after their classes, they will most likely be working in the library and try to get as much done as possible before going back home. In which case, you probably need your laptop, because you will probably need to go into your D2L, which is the learning management system. However, having said that, if you don't want to carry your laptop, you can also borrow a laptop from the library as well. So there are definitely options for you. Oh, and having said that, there also, if you go to the second floor of the library, there is a computer lab so there actually, yeah, so the second floor has a lot of computers that students can use as well. So there are definitely options. I have one question here, and that is, how much storage would you recommend is enough for computer science? That I'm not so sure, but Millie or Shaolin, do you have any suggestion for the student here?
I'm not so sure on that either. I know with
Computer science, it's recommended to have like 16 GB RAM at least, and a ROM of, let's say, 512 should be good. 512 GB.
Okay. So we're talking about 16 gigabytes, right?
Yes, I'll also put it in the chat. That's what
Okay,
my
that's great.
laptop specifications are.
Okay, excellent. That's good to know. Yeah, so 16 gigabytes of RAM and a 512 gigabytes or 1 terabytes of ROM. And also, I want to know, what are electives? Are they required for first semester computer science? Okay, excellent. I will defer that question to Shaolin and Millie because they are students. They probably will be able to answer you better. Shaolin and Millie?
electives are classes you take that are outside of your curriculum, kind of like if you're in computer science, it wouldn't be any computer science related classes. So you can check in, there's a document, I can link it in the chat later, about certain courses that you can't take if you're in a specific program. And you basically just have to finish, I think, 2 lower liberal and 2 upper liberal before you graduate. So it doesn't matter when you do it. You can do it in the summer. You can do it in your first semester, whenever you have time. And yeah, it's just liberal classes that are outside of your program.
Mhm.
Also, I would like to add, when you're looking at the document for the lower liberal courses, just ensure that your major allows you to take those courses. So for engineering students, there are some courses that we cannot take, and they are listed in a note at the bottom. So be mindful of that.
Yeah, okay, let me go to the bottom of this page.
No, like not the bottom. Maybe like once you click on the course, then once you click on the course, then it tells you that which major allows you to take it. Like I
Okay, so
remember
let's,
there's an environment management course which engineering students cannot take.
I see.
Oh, even in the bottom of that main page, there are like collapsible tabs which say programs in the Faculty of
Oh,
Arts or
right,
programs in well,
sorry. Uh, Well, check out this page because right now I'm seeing a lot of courses. Okay, I guess it's at the bottom, isn't it?
yes, it's at the bottom.
To the bottom, there you go. Yeah. So if you are, let's say, Faculty of Science, for example, then I think it will give you a whole list of the liberals that only you can take. The way I look at it is it actually makes a student more well-rounded. Okay, so the electives are for you to, learn about something that is outside of your faculty, because sometimes, you're so zoom in to, you're so specialized in your area, but it is also good to know about other things, right? Whether it's about politics, whether it's about, something you like about art history, for example. It just makes all of us more interesting. That's how I looked at it. Liberal and electives, are they the same thing?
Liberals can be electives, but they are, for certain programs, they are core electives as well, which means I think for computer science, they have it, depending on which stream you want to go into within computer science, you have to choose different courses. So look at your course outline for your program, and then you can choose your electives from then.
Yeah, so be mindful, that means liberal doesn't necessarily equal electives. Okay. Any other questions? If not, I'm also mindful of time, so I'm just going to go back to here. Just want to show you how to get in touch with us. Let me get to that page. Definitely come and visit the Math Hub located on the 4th floor of the Student Learning Center at the corner of Yonge and Gold Street. And the room number, the Math Hub, is in SLC 449. That is the biggest room on that floor. And it is behind the reception desk. This is a place where students come together and work through math questions together and get one-on-one help. During the school year, if you need help, you can always reach us by filling out the math support inquiry form located on the math tutor schedule. I've also included my email, deidre.lam@torontomu.ca. Should you need some advice on who might be the best tutor for you at the Math Hub, feel free to contact me. And once again, thank you so much for joining me today. And Charlene will attach the survey for you one more time here. I would really value your feedback. Let me know what are some things that you find very useful, and also what are some of the things that you wish I could have included in the webinar series for next year. So have a fabulous day, and I wish you all the best with your first year at TMU. You're going to have tons of fun.